sitting at my kitchen table sipping hot tea that Senator Frank Lord had brewed for me. I was exhausted and light-headed from storms of nausea that had sent me fleeing to the bathroom twice. I was humiliated because beyond all things I feared losing control, and I just had. "I need to rake the leaves again," I inanely said to my old friend. "December 6th, and it's like October. Look out there, Frank. The acorns are big. Have you noticed? Supposedly that means a hard winter, but it doesn't even look like we're going to have winter. I can't remember if you have acorns in Washington." "We do," he said. "If you can find a tree or two." "Are they big? The acorns, I mean." "I'll be sure to look, Kay." I covered my face with my hands and sobbed. He got up from the table and came around to my chair. Senator Lord and I had grown up in Miami and had gone to school in the same archdiocese, although I attended St. Brendan's High School only 1 year and long after he was there. Yet that somewhat removed crossing of paths was a sign of what would come. When he was the district attorney, I was working for the Dade County Medical Examiner's Office and often testified in his cases. When he was elected a United States Senator and then appointed the chairman of the Judiciary Committee, I was the chief medical examiner of Virginia, and he began calling on me to lend my voice in his fight against crime. I was stunned when he called me yesterday to say he was coming to see me and had something important to deliver. I barely slept all night. I was devastated when he walked into my kitchen and slipped the simple white envelope out of a pocket of his suit. As I sat with him now, it made perfect sense that Benton would have trusted him this much. He knew Senator Lord cared deeply for me and would never let me down. How typical of Benton to have a plan that would be executed perfectly, even though he wasn't around to see it through. How typical of him to predict my behavior after his death, and for every word of it to be true. "Kay," Senator Lord said, standing over me as I wept in my chair, "I know how hard this must be, and I wish I could make it all go away. I think one of the hardest things I've ever done was promise Benton I would do this. I never wanted to believe this day would come, but it has, and I'm here for you." He fell silent, then added, "No one's ever asked me to do anything like this before, and I've been asked a lot of things." "He wasn't like other people," I quietly replied, as I willed myself to calm down. "You know that, Frank. Thank God you do." Senator Lord was a striking man who bore himself with the dignity of his office. He had thick gray hair and intense blue eyes, was tall and lean, and dressed, as was typical, in a conservative dark suit, accented by a bold, bright tie, cufflinks, pocket watch, and stickpin. I got up from my chair and took a deep, shaky breath. I snatched several tissues from a box and wiped my face and nose. "You were very kind to come here," I said to him. "What else can I do for you?" he replied with a sad smile. "You've done it all by being here. I can't imagine the trouble you've gone to, your schedule and all. I must admit I flew in from Florida. And by the way, I checked on Lucy, and she's doing great things down there," he said. Lucy, my niece, was an agent for the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, or ATF. Recently, she had been reassigned to the Miami field office, and I hadn't seen her for months. "Does she know about the letter?" I asked Senator Lord. "No," he answered, looking out the window at a perfect day. "I think that's your call to make. And she's feeling rather neglected by you, I might add." "By me?" I said, surprised. "She's the one who can't be reached. At least I'm not undercover chasing gun traffickers and other persons of such fine character. She can't even talk to me unless she's at headquarters or on a payphone." "You're not easy to find either. You've been elsewhere in your spirit since Benton died. Missing in action, and I don't even think you realize it," he said. "I know. I've tried to reach out to you too, haven't I?" Tears flooded my eyes again. "And if I get hold of you, what do you tell me? Everything's fine, just busy."